Okay, let's just get right into it. Have you ever picked up a totally scrambled Rubik's Cube, twisted a few sides with, genuine optimism, and then immediately realized you have absolutely no idea what you're doing? Yeah, we've all been there. You just end up eventually giving up, tossing it in a drawer, right? Well, welcome to today's explainer. For this one, I want you to step into the role of the novice student, and together we're going to embark on a real master-apprentice journey. Because what if I told you that literally anyone, yes, anyone, can solve the Rubik's Cube using basically just one single algorithm? Seriously, we are going to completely demystify this famous puzzle today, transforming you from a frustrated novice into a super confident solver. So, grab your cube and let's unlock the course secret. Okay, let's dive into this syllabus. We're going to break down the cube's 7 stages of solving together, looking at the secret weapon, conquering the bottom layer, solving the middle layer, mastering the top edges, finishing the top corners, and finally, your speed cubing graduation. Let's get started.
The Speed Cuber's secret weapon.
Now, before you can wield this ultimate secret weapon, you've got to understand the basic anatomy of your puzzle. A 3x3 cube is made up of center pieces, edge pieces, and corner pieces. And to move them independently, well, we need to learn the basic lingo. Every move is written down using specific letters, and each letter stands for a clockwise 90-degree rotation of that specific side. So R is right, L is left, U is up, D is down, F is front, and B is back. But here's the absolute crucial part. You really need to understand the apostrophe, or what speed cubers call prime. If you see an apostrophe after a letter, it means that layer moves counterclockwise by 90 degrees. No apostrophe, you just go 90 degrees clockwise. Simple as that.
And here it is, the ultimate secret weapon algorithm. For your right hand, the sequence reads R, U, R prime, U prime. So that's right clockwise, up clockwise, right counterclockwise, up counterclockwise. And for your left hand, it's actually the exact opposite sequence. L prime, U prime, L, U. So left counterclockwise, up counterclockwise, left clockwise, up clockwise. Now listen, as my student, I highly urge you to pause this explainer right now. Seriously, grab your cube and practice these 2 rotations over and over until you can do all these moves completely automatically. Building up that muscle memory right now, that is going to be your absolute best friend later on.
Moving on to Section 2, conquering the bottom layer.
Get that muscle memory locked in? Awesome. It's time for your first trial. We're taking on stages 1 and 2 of the solve by building a white cross on the bottom of the cube and then dropping in the bottom corners. But to do that, actually, scratch that. We don't start on the bottom. We intuitively begin on the top of the cube. Step 1 is a really visual process where you just put together a shape that looks kind of like a white daisy around the yellow center. Just play around with it and bring the white edges up. Once your little daisy is blooming, step 2 is aligning the outer colors of those white petals with the matching side center colors. And step 3, once they're matched up, you literally just rotate that entire side layer 180 degrees straight down. Boom! This brilliantly builds a completely perfect white cross right on the bottom. Now for stage 2, solving those 4 corner pieces on the bottom. Since your white cross is already on the bottom, you're only going to rotate the top layer of the cube to find a corner piece that has white on it and also shares the exact same colors as the side centers you're currently looking at. Once it's hovering right above where it needs to drop in, you deploy your secret weapon. You use the right-hand algorithm, R, U, R prime, U prime, over and over until that corner drops perfectly into place. Just repeat this for all 4 bottom corners. By the end of this stage, your entire white bottom is solved, and you're going to see these cool little upside-down T-shapes on all the side faces of the cube.
Section 3, solving the middle layer.
Alrighty, moving to stage 3. We need to fill in the rest of this middle layer so those outer blocks perfectly share their center's color. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the right and left-hand algorithms actually combine to drop these edge pieces perfectly into place. It's like this beautiful little coordinated dance between your hands. To drop a top edge piece in, first look at its colors. If your target spot is on the left, you turn the top part to the left, use the right-hand algorithm, physically rotate the whole cube to the left, and then hit it with the left-hand algorithm. Target on the right, you just do the exact opposite. Basically, you're using one side to set the piece up and the other side to lock it in. Repeat that for all 4 sides, and your middle layer is totally done.
Section 4, mastering the top edges.
We are escalating things now. Half the cube is finished. Entering stages 4 and 5, our focus shifts entirely to the top layer. First up, you're going to create a yellow cross on the top by repeating your algorithm until a random set of yellow edges, or yellow line, transforms into a cross. But just having a yellow cross isn't quite enough. The edges of that cross absolutely must match the side colors. So step 1 is rotating the top layer to align an edge with its corresponding side color.
Now emphasize this crucial rule in step 2. You have to ensure that only one edge matches. If 2 match, no problem, just use a slightly modified algorithm to mix them up again. Keep that one matching edge facing you right in the front and run the algorithm in step 3 until all those remaining edges shuffle right into their correct positions.
Section 5. Finishing the top corners.
We are getting incredibly close now. This is stage 6, our penultimate trial. The goal here is simply to orient the top yellow corners so they match their neighboring centers. Now, you're going to look around and find one corner that is already sitting in the correct spot. It might not even have the yellow side facing up yet, but let me reassure you, rotation does not matter at all right now. Our only focus here is just shifting these pieces into their correct zip codes, so to speak. You just hold that correct corner in place and use a slightly modified algorithm, cycling the other 3 corners around until they all finally land in their proper color neighborhoods.
Section 6. Your speed cubing graduation.
Welcome, apprentice, to stage 7, the final stretch to solve those yellow corners. I really have to warn you, though. This is exactly where most rookies totally panic, lose their spatial awareness, and mess the whole thing up. I want you to listen to this direct master's advice from our source material. Don't rotate the cube and do everything step by step. A lot of people make mistakes at this stage and have to start all over, so be careful. I need you to stay super disciplined right here. Hold the cube so the yellow side faces you directly. Whatever you do, do not spin the whole cube around in your hands from this point forward.
Let's move to the precise final sequence and see how this builds. Step 1. With the yellow side facing you, you're going to work exclusively with the upper right corner. Just use the algorithm you already know until that specific corner is solved and the yellow sticker faces you. Now your cube is going to look completely scrambled and broken. Do not panic. Step 2 is vital. You rotate only the side that is facing you to bring the next unsolved corner up into that upper right position. Step 3, repeat the algorithm, corner by corner. Once that final corner is solved, step 4 is just a simple rotation of the front layer so all the colors of the cube seamlessly align.
And congratulations, you've officially graduated. You now actually know how to solve a classic 3x3 Rubik's Cube. And you know what the real kicker is? This foundational method, these exact algorithms, they'll actually help you unlock and solve even more complex cubes down the line. You have the secret weapon, you know the exact anatomy, and you've mastered the 7 stages of the solve. The only question left to ask is, how fast can you get? Can you train that muscle memory to solve this thing in under a minute? Start your speed training, and I bet you'll have it down in absolutely no time. Keep twisting, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.